Welcome, Sojourners. You have found yourself a cozy place here at Sojourners Awake. I'm Jonathan, and this is our production of The Wild and the Wind. In the last episode, the Sojourners encountered the fairy prince of winter, Jack Frost. While Eris and Samoon contended with his fairy lord, Bertie Cartwright was banished from sight. Where did she go? And how did she return? And so for now, our story continues. The Wild and the Wind, starring Ellen as Bertie Cartwright. The Prince of Winter twisted his fingers, and his mouth uttered a low incantation. Snowflakes manifested from himself and swirled around Bertie Cartwright. The young hobbit automatically jerked out her arms, and her body lifted from the ground. And by the whim of Jack Frost, she disappeared from sight. In truth, she vanished. Or rather, she was banished. But to where? The world of Bonzarel is one of many worlds within the universe of Interva. These worlds float upon the vast waters of Interva, like lily pads upon a black pond. And on the surface, the world seems separated by space, but underneath the inky void, thousands of roots connect each world to the other through powers far beyond mortal minds to comprehend. The practitioners of inertia, or magic, understand that each living creature is made up of millions of parts that make up their whole, and just like the worlds of Interva, each creature appears separate from each other upon the surface. Inertia shows one of the connections between each creature and each world. High and powerful magic, such as that is available to Jack Frost, understands the formulas for banishing a creature to another plane of existence. To you or I, or Samoon for example, it looks like Bertie simply disappears, like some magician's trick at a party. But in truth, she did not disappear, but rather moved from one place to the next. And this place was Dreamland. And that is how Bertie Cartwright from Sultana of the Northern Kingdom of Tetherna found herself in another world. Connected by some unseen thread, she arrived in Dreamland during winter. Just as she was lifted off the ground at the campsite, she was placed down upon a frozen ice floe in the middle of the lake. All around floated glaciers of varying sizes. Her breath, now visible in the air, puffed harder as she looked around. A frosted shore was only nearby, leading into a winter wasteland.
Hey guys, it's cold. Did it get cold?
While she wasn't dressed for winter, she didn't find herself cold. But indeed cold. Only when she thought about it.
Well, I guess it's not really that cold. I mean, I don't feel cold. I feel cold, but I don't feel cold.
The more she focused on reaching the shore, the less her body felt the dreamy chill. She knelt down and reached her hand into the steel blue water. She paddled slowly at first, and then progressed as the cube rocked and floated toward shore. She made slow advance, which gave her some time to stare into the lake below. All sorts of fish and other swimming creatures crossed underneath the ice.
Well, those look good to eat. Maybe I can eat something. I'm kind of hungry.
And then, a pair of coal-black eyes attached to a chubby, whiskered face looked back at her from just below the surface. It raised a flippered hand and waved in a friendly manner, and then spun away, swimming like a missile through the water towards the shore.
Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty.
The sea lion floundered up upon the ledge and waited for the young hobbit to arrive. Hello. Good day to you.
Excuse me, do you know that you can talk? Most sea lions can't talk.
Most hobbits I've seen cannot talk either, so we are one for one.
Wait, you met a hobbit that couldn't talk?
Oh yes, quite. There was one hobbit who had sealed his mouth shut with some sticky fungus, eating the wrong mushroom I suppose, and the other one was lost in an enchanted sleep, and so, quite literally, never spoke a word. You are the only hobbit I have ever met that could talk.
Oh, okay, well, do you know where I am? 'Cause it just doesn't look like the woods where I was at.
Oh, yes, you are on the ice ledge, and you came from the ice floe. And where you are going, well, that is the question I have.
Well, I'm trying to get out of here, really. I mean, I don't have any place to go other than back to try to help my friends, but I don't know where I am or how to get back home.
Ah, yes, helping friends. A fine direction, a noble goal, a North Star guiding your life's very purpose.
Okay, I don't really have time to listen to your descriptions of things, but I just need a direction to go. Is there something or somebody that can help me get out of here?
The sea lion points a flippered hand towards an igloo off in the distance. If you need a direction, that I can give. Whether it is the right direction or the wrong direction is insignificant, for what you have requested is in fact a direction.
Okay. All right, I'll do that. Hey, thank you for your help.
No, thank you for your good company.
Oh, I don't make good company, but thanks for, well, I don't know if you actually did anything because I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna go that direction.
You walk towards the igloo through the ice and snow. The domed domicile sits in the middle of a desert wasteland. A small chimney exudes thin, clear smoke. The entrance is covered by an animal skin flap, and outside are leaning a pickaxe, a hammer, and a small fishing spear.
Well, I guess it looks warmer inside, so I guess I'll go inside.
Pulling back the animal skin flap and ducking your head inside the igloo, you see the entire room is tied together by a large bearskin rug. In the corner, there is a stove that is smoking fish. In the other corner is a rocking chair hosting an old, thin dwarf. His beard is wispy and thin, and his eyes are frosted and glazed white. He senses you walk in and says, "Woohoo! There's a draft. Close that door."
Oh, I'm sorry, mister. It's nice house you have here. I'm curious, do you know where I'm at?
Oh, well, thank you. It is a nice house, and you are a wonderful guest. Well, this is my home.
I mean, where is your home now?
Oh, it's just right outside the lake's edge. Have you been here before?
No, I haven't been here before. I was with a man who was named Jack, I think, and he was cold, and then he made me come here, and now I don't know where here is.
When you mention the name Jack, the old dwarf stops his rocking and sits up straight. Jack? Cold? You must mean Jack Frost, the Prince of Winter. Is he where you came from?
I didn't come from him, but I was sort of in his presence, trying to not get into a fight with him. Which is difficult for me to not get into fight.
Yes, a dangerous fight indeed. You know this is his domain. If you're on the run from Jack Frost, well, I can offer you temporary respite here in my home. Just give me a couple moments to finish this walking stick.
I don't really run from people. I usually win fights. However, I would like to try to change my attitude, maybe. And Bertie sits down on the carpet and just sort of starts to contemplate how to change her attitude.
Everybody has been somewhere, is somewhere, and is going somewhere. And that includes you.
Well, I am trying to get back to my friends and Jack so he doesn't banish them anywhere.
A knowing look comes over the old dwarf's face. He finishes the last of the walking stick and sets it on the wall. He stops his rocking and leans forward. The old dwarf begins to speak, but his lips turn to jelly, and his voice stretches into a low, garbled sound. Bertie sits upon the soft bear rug and runs her fingers through the shaggy mane. As she strains to hear the garbled speech of the old dwarf, her vision becomes blurry, and what was once white of snow becomes the dark and dusk of night. What was once the cold of winter now becomes the warmth of a spring evening. And what was once a soft bearskin rug beneath her legs, she feels the dirt and the grass of the campsite. Bertie returns to Bonzarel and looks over to see Eris slumbering in the woods, and Samoon and Jack Frost facing off in confrontation.
All right, listen here, Jack.
And so for now, our story concludes. Every story comes to an ending, so for now we must conclude. Thank you for listening, Sojourners. Your attention will not go unrewarded, and we look forward to continuing this adventure. If you enjoyed this background music and ambiance, you should visit Tabletop Audio. You can find them at www.tabletopaudio.com. And take the time to sojourn with us. Go to your favorite podcasting platform, leave a rating and review, and share with a friend that others may find us along their path. But however you choose to sojourn with us, as always, may your story continue.